What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Today we are going to be discussing Warzone 2 and the Season 2 update that is coming our way. For a long time, people have been expecting massive updates to make a change to the cheating problem in the game. I think we can all agree now that we shouldn't really expect anything, and then anything that comes with it, well, we can just class that as a little bit of a cherry on top. If you are still playing Warzone 2 at the moment, then, I mean, a lot of respect to you for putting up with all of the problems, because let's face it, cheating is a massive part of the problems surrounding Warzone games, but it's not the only one. Many people have been complaining about the movement in the game. Those people obviously don't know how to adapt to different games. If you were playing Warzone 1 and then decided to, I don't know, jump onto Apex Legends, you're not going to complain about the slide cancelling and plating system because it's not the same as Warzone 1. But for some reason, because it's an Activision Call of Duty title, people are complaining about the movement in the game of Warzone 2 being different to Warzone 1. One thing I find interesting is the same people complaining about this are the ones who were very sus throughout Warzone 1. We've got the Captures, the Joewos, Z-Laners, Mutex, all of these guys complaining on a daily basis, even Aiden. You've even got Modern Warzone, who's that simp guy who, you know, likes to stick up for these streamers. Sorry, that was just an impression of how I imagine it goes when they meet in real life. But the idea behind it is simple. The game is pretty much on its way out. I've already stated there are loads of different problems surrounding the cheats on this game. Everybody assumed that Ricochet anti-cheat was going to work in Warzone 2, even though it didn't work in Warzone 1. When they incorporated the anti-cheat, it was called Ricochet. The drivers for that anti-cheat were leaked. Cheat developers got hold of the drivers. They were able to then develop their cheats to be able to bypass the kernel level anti-cheat that Activision claimed to have spent millions on producing, creating, developing. Unfortunately for them, the cheat developers were able to prosper. They were able to continue to cheat throughout Caldera. So that left us in a very tricky spot. The casual player base, people who play on console, people who play legitimately, you were left in a tricky spot because you were either going to have to then turn off crossplay, stop playing with your friends on PC, or if you were on PC, just deal with it. And this is the harsh truth. I personally play on PS5, hence the quality of the footage you are seeing in this video today actually, but I play on PS5, and this for me is so much better. Console is king, and the reason for that is because due to a high level of cheaters in the game, I can switch crossplay off. PS5 at the moment is probably the one way to avoid cheaters. Yes, of course, we're going to come across people using Cronus, Strike Packs, Titan 2 and so on. And maybe there are a couple of people out there who have got a jailbroken PS5 who are able to actually use PC cheats on it, but they won't last very long. And if that PS5 gets hardware ID banned, well, that's hundreds and hundreds of dollars down the shitter. The idea behind it is simple. If you play on PS5, you can turn crossplay off. That is why I went to PS5. That is why I chose to use that console over Xbox. The Xbox cannot turn crossplay off. Well, it can, but it doesn't really serve the same purpose. You turn crossplay off on Xbox, not many people know about it, and this leads you into a situation where you cannot find a lobby. So what should we expect from Season 2 of Warzone 2? Should we expect to see a high-level anti-cheat working? Well, no, we can't expect the anti-cheat to work. It is working now as much as it will ever work, and the reason I state this is because whatever code that anti-cheat has used to develop the actual anti-cheat itself, the cheat developers have got hold of that. Whatever code they've used, whatever engine they've used for Warzone 2, has got a high percentage of the same engine that Warzone 1 had, which means that the cheat developers have got hold of the majority of the code needed of the game's engine, so they can bypass anything within it and actually adapt their cheats for this game. So you've got to understand how it works. Obviously, I don't understand to a high degree. I'm not a coder, I'm not a programmer, and I'm sure there will be people watching this who will let you know in the comments below how it works. But the anti-cheat will never be able to be 100% efficient. It will never be able to be 100% effective. And the reason for that is because the cheat developers have already got access to the fundamentals of the anti-cheat, the base, the code, everything you need to actually have a solid anti-cheat. The cheat developers got hold of that when it was incorporated. In fact, before it was incorporated into the game. And I feel like this was all leaked intentionally, but we won't go down that rabbit hole today. I want to actually discuss what you guys feel would be a better implementation to the game to make it more enjoyable. Now, of course, we can go down talking about cheaters and anti-cheat, but like I've said, there's nothing more they can really do with the anti-cheat. But what I'm looking at, if you weigh it up, you've got a broken game with a broken anti-cheat and lots of cheaters in the game. And then on the other hand, you've got Activision still charging ridiculous amounts of money for skins, blueprints, and all that good stuff that comes in the store. So maybe they should do, I don't know, like a little giveaway once a week. Here you go, here's a nice free bundle, but not one of them free bundles where you get a little charm for your gun and a calling card that's pointless that you'll never use. We're talking like a decent bundle where you get a character player skin as well as a blueprint for a weapon once a week, something like that. That might actually turn people into the game, because a lot of people are turning the game off now. The minute someone comes across a cheater in the game, they're turning it off. The minute the game starts to bug and lag, they're turning it off. Personally, I haven't turned the game on now for 5 days straight, and I'm actually enjoying the fact that I haven't. There's a reason for that. Once you step away from the game and you've had, like, I don't know, 24, 48 hours without it, you realise how good life can be when you're not bitching and moaning about this game. Unfortunately though, guys, we love to hear whether or not it's going to succeed or fail. So we're going to be discussing that over the next couple of days. I'm looking forward to Season 2 to see whether or not they have made decent changes to the game that will help make it more enjoyable for the majority of the player base. So far, all I'm seeing is the likes of the movement while plating is getting, buffed, and many other things that large creators have moaned about. Everything you see implemented into the game is probably going to be something that a large streamer has complained about, whether that be in a backroom meeting, or whether that be just on social media. But you see Modern Warzone, Joe, Aiden, Zenon, all these guys will complain on Twitter and on stream about specific things they want in the game to make their time on the game more enjoyable. But you have to remember as well, these are the guys who actually ended up ruining the game from the very beginning of Warzone 1. Kill race tournaments in public lobbies whilst using cheats, dropping world records, right? And now you've got them doing nuke after nuke after nuke, like your magnificent permaban cheater who's actually ended up being able to continue his, streaming career and still been able to play the game that he was permanently banned from, whilst dropping nuke after nuke after nuke. And we can't get into that really today, but I'll just shine a little bit of a light on this moment. Is that the developers of the game stated that they have incorporated the nuke into Warzone 2, but it is near impossible to get. They even stated they were not able to get the nuke themselves without cheating. Now, that's probably them bypassing the first 5 wins and just going for the nuke on the one spot, but they stated that in an interview. They were open and honest about how difficult it would be to get a nuke. And now you've got idiots, streamers out there who have got hundreds of nukes. Let's face it, you're not getting hundreds of nukes on a game that was designed for skill-based matchmaking to tear you down. Because although I hate skill-based matchmaking being in the game, I don't agree with people bypassing it with VPNs and reverse boosting, because it just makes them scummy. You are a scumbag cheater if you use those methods. So now we've covered that, guys. I want you guys to tell me in the comments below what you want to see happen in Warzone 2 to make it enjoyable for you. Don't think about the community. Don't think about everyone as a whole. What do you want to see in this game so that you will turn it on every day and play? Let me know in the comments below. And if you did enjoy the video, guys, smash that thumbs up. If you are new to the channel, subscribe and turn on notifications so you don't miss our future videos. And if you want to go and check out one of our other videos, go and check out this one here on the screen now. Thank you. Until next time, I'll catch you on the flip side. Peace.